Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Native Voice TV. I'm Sundas Martinez.
And I'm Cihuapilli Rose Amador, and together we are Native Voice TV.
Yes, we are.
We are the indigenous people.
Yes, we are.
Because he forgot that part.
Yeah. Oh, well. Hey,
but we have some really, really good news for you. We have some good news. Tell them the good news.
Okay, let me go off by starting just reading the letters.
No, we got a letter. I got to tell them.
Okay, you go ahead.
We got a letter about a week ago to inform us of some very good news. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay, now I'm going to read the letter. So, Dear Cihuapilli Rose Amador and Sundas Martinez, I'm writing to congratulate you for being selected by a jury of distinguished judges and runner-ups in the Best Community Talk Show category for the First Nation Ethnic Media Awards. We want to let you know, we hope that you will be able to attend, etc., and open up the second part.
Yeah, let me read it.
Ethnic news organization from across the country will gather at the Mayflower Hotel in Washington, D.C. Honor the best of the, ethnic media. This event is being billed. The Ethnic Pulitzer goes to Washington. Best wishes and congratulations.
The most important part.
Which one?
It says we are the first runner-ups in the best. The most important line.
I said that.
Oh, I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
First runner-ups is the best community talk show in the nation for in the ethnic category. And actually what it was, the segment on Garvard Goodplume from South Dakota. Mm-hmm. And he came to talk about, he's with the Defenders of the Black Hills, and he talked about the preservation of Bear Butte in South Dakota and also the mercury in the water.
Yeah.
And about those runs that they do out there.
Yeah, yeah, the Sturgis runs and how they're defacing the sacred land up there, and really the motorcycle and all the different clubs should stop going there.
So he's been an advocate to save the sacred lands. But anyhow, we had him on the show, and we submitted that to this
Ethnic Media Awards.
Ethnic Media Awards,
Yeah.
and so we're really excited about that. And so we get to go to Washington.
Yeah, wow.
But actually, we want to thank all those who work with us, which is Kwasiwat and Yakoet, who actually put the segment together and submitted it for us, and Sipat Singh David, and Steve Robinson, and Emerson Dung for all their hard work and helping us get that award.
And Robert.
And Robert.
Don't forget Robert.
I can't forget Robert. Kill me. And also CTC, Center for Training and Careers, and the Native TANF program for being the main sponsors of our show. So we're really indebted to them for supporting us.
Without them, without them, we wouldn't be able to get a lot of good information out to the public, and we wouldn't be able to get to this award, and this wouldn't, the stuff that we're actually putting out there is going national. So, and usually, the information that we have out there doesn't go national. It's just pretty local. It's just by word. But now it's going national, and it's going to the D.C. And that tape is, it's a great example of what's going on in Indian land.
So we're real excited about that, and we wanted to share that with you. And now we're done bragging. But at this time, I'd like to introduce our guest for this evening, Mr. Lopez, Jorge Lopez, from the Native TANF program, and you are the executive director?
That is correct.
And you've been here with us before, but
yes,
we invited you back so we can find out what's going on. You can catch us up on the latest.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your award.
Thank
That's
you.
very exciting. And if you guys need someone to carry your bags to D.C., give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to assist. There's been a lot going on in the program, as you may know, here in San Jose in particular. The program continues to grow and continues to learn and continues to help develop a real good working partnership with a lot of different agencies and individuals and families, and more importantly is the work that's being done to serve the children and the families. In my mind, I think that's what the program is about, and we stay focused on that and helping people become self-sufficient here in San Jose. But beyond that, there's been a lot of work being done on the other counties that we're still trying to open up and develop. And the last one online that's going to be up and coming here real soon is San Mateo.
Wow.
And San Mateo has been a real difficult one to get started for various reasons. One is the rental market's very difficult there. Another one is that it's just a county that's not really accessible to a lot of people. in regards to the income bracket that lives there and so on and so forth. So we're excited to be able to open that up hopefully here in the next couple of weeks. And at that point, we'll be
that's
done opening up all our
great.
offices.
Now Santa Cruz is open?
Santa Cruz is open. Yes, it is.
And where's that one located?
It's in Capitola, and the site manager there is the name of a gentleman by the name of Steve Watts, who comes from the Quinault Nation, and he's been working for TANF for 6-7 years, so he's very experienced, and looking forward to seeing the work that he's going to do.
Wonderful. I heard Jose Rodriguez is out there.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
great.
Jose.
Yes, he's been on the show to talk about the Tarahumara Indians.
Yes, yes.
And the runs and the support they've done. And
Yeah, very,
that's
very
good.
capable young
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah, that's
pretty exciting.
wonderful. So we have a good excuse to go to Santa Cruz,
Absolutely.
right? You know, we'll stop by
Absolutely.
the office, then we'll go to the beach.
And we're going to have hopefully a grand opening there soon. We theoretically wanted to have it during the summer to take advantage of Santa Cruz and whatnot, but it'll probably happen in January or so once the holidays are over and whatnot. But you know, beyond that, we've also been doing a lot of work in the Sacramento office in regards to, that's our biggest office yet. We have over 400 families that we're serving there now, and so over 1,000 children. And so there's a lot of different activities going on with that, with elders and with the youth and the families and whatnot. So that's been pretty fun to see that develop and then help the other programs develop. So part of the challenge is the connectivity. Everything needs to be connected through the internet and the computer systems, and it's just a lot of detail work. And fortunately, is we have a really good staff. Everybody's excited to come to work, and we're excited to be able to help the community.
Well, that's great. I think I heard your Oakland and San Francisco offices
Oakland,
are up and running.
San Francisco's open. San Mateo is coming on soon. Santa Cruz, Santa Clara. Then we opened up Nevada County and Placer County and San Joaquin County.
Wow.
And then we have 2 offices in the state of Nevada.
So what's going on here in San Jose?
You know, in San Jose, as a matter of fact, on the way in, I talked with the site manager, Ms. Chavez, and she was informing me that they're at 40 cases right now. We need more cases. We definitely need to, you know, get the word out as much as we can that we're looking for more cases to serve. And part of what they're working with is there is a beading classes and talking circles, and of course the cash aid that we provide our families, and the assistance to the children in school, working with the different programs in the community, working with the wellness center and trying to develop that relationship, working with CTC and that relationship, and really just in a sense learning through the process of how we're going to be able to build these collaborative partnerships. And I just appreciate the patience that the agencies have in making sure that we're doing this in such a way that it's going to stand for time in regards to the MOUs or contracts that we may develop with other agencies. So I apologize for it taking so long, but also just thank and appreciate the patience of the agencies here in town.
It's a big project.
Yes, definitely. You know what I noticed that I think what our community needs is like a clothing bank, maybe for children. So I guess I could talk to you later off of the show. You know, I was thinking about having, maybe you guys could be the facilitator about it, and we could have people come by and donate clothes and have boys and girls, you know, for infants and stuff like that. Because I think that's a big need for our community.
You know, we've done that in Sacramento, and mostly for the children in the state of Nevada, because it's pretty cold.
Right.
And it's called Coats for Kids. And we gathered so many coats that we actually started giving coats away to anybody that wanted one.
Take them out of the street?
Yeah, we gathered over 2,000 coats.
Wow.
That was a couple years ago. This last year, and what we're planning to do now is shoes for kids, because we're finding that a lot of the children in snow country, where there is snow, don't have the proper shoes. So we're trying to gather shoes for kids for the state of Nevada.
Well, we attended your back to school night here in San Jose, and you gave backpacks and I think clothing allowance or book allowance
Exactly.
or
School,
something.
school materials
Exactly.
and all that stuff.
Now that service is strictly for the cash eligible families. And what we find is that not only do we give them the backpacks and the supplies, but we also talk to them about being motivated to go to school as parents and as the family going to school. And so you saw the speakers that were there, very
Right,
motivational. We also asked them to sign a pledge that they are going to help their children with school and with homework. And at that point, once they do that, then we give them their backpacks. We give them a voucher either to Mervyn's or Walmart for clothes, for back to school clothes, and supplies, you know, the supplies that the children need to get back to school.
Do you follow up with them throughout the
Absolutely.
school year to see how they're doing?
We do, and part of the reason that we do that is that we have grade incentives. So depending on what grades the children get, or if the adults are in school, what grades the adults get, we'll give them an incentive at the end of each reporting period. So not only do we have to maintain a record of what their grades are, but we also, in that sense, are able to assist them if they need tutoring, or sometimes the adults need computers or transportation to and from school. All that counts for participation in our program. What we're trying to do is make sure that everybody's participating, either working, going to school, or working towards becoming self-sufficient. And what we don't want is to just send the check out and expect people to do nothing.
Right.
Everybody's got to get up and attempt.
That's a good way, you know. If you want money, hey, make a good grade.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
that's
very good
Absolutely.
incentive.
And it's been very successful in the Sacramento office. We recently had a back-to-school night there where we had 450 people in attendance. Here at the San Jose office, it's still rather small caseload, so we might have had maybe 50 to 100 people at that event. I'm positive and confident that next year's back-to-school will be much bigger.
Oh yeah.
That's a good event, good incentive.
I'll go back to school just to get that grade.
Oh, see?
Come back,
Get a
I'll come
new
over here with a backpack.
Now, I understand you just got a grant. Can you
Yes.
tell us about that?
Sure. The Washoe Tribe recently applied for a grant with the Administration for Native Americans at the federal government level. And what that grant is for is to assist all tribal TANF programs to learn the promising practices of other programs. So we got together with the Native Wellness Institute and we visited 7 different programs. Now don't ask me the 7 programs right now because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember the programs I have visited. We visited Coeur d'Alene out in Idaho. We also visited the Nez Perce tribe out in Idaho. And then we visited recently, just got back from Alaska last week, and we visited Tanana Chiefs in Fairbanks, Alaska. And in Fairbanks, Alaska, they're doing some tremendous work. It's the most mature program in the United States. The gentleman that started that program has been the executive director of their client development for 28 years. His name's Don Schercel, and he is really knowledgeable when it comes to TANF. Their service delivery area is as big as the state of Texas. They have villages where they're serving families where it's 45 degrees below zero for over a month at a time. So I mean, their reality is much different than ours. While I was there, the sun comes up at 10 and goes down at 4, and so the daylight is very short, and it could get down to negative 60 degrees.
So you probably, in a situation like that, you're going to have people who are going to get depressed because they're not around the sun,
Absolutely.
and they're coped up inside the house. You get cabin fever. So you have to deal with a lot of different, more emotional problems and physical problems because they can't go out and exercise.
Well, and the indigenous people that live there have lived there for thousands of
Yeah.
years, and they're surviving and they're thriving, and they're not leaving their villages. I mean, these are their spiritual lands, and they've adapted. They've adapted very well, and they survive, and they do a lot of subsistence work. Participation for their TANF program may be gathering salmon, or maybe gathering other food, elk, for instance. So if they go hunting, that counts for participation in their program. I don't recommend we implement that here in San Jose, but that's their reality in Alaska. Very interesting. The Nez Perce tribe, as a matter of fact, they're building, with their TANF customers, they're building storage sheds, and they sell them.
Really?
And so those are some ideas that we're going to be looking at. Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, hands-on.
So did you find any models that you could replicate throughout your program?
Absolutely, and not so much models. We call them promising practices in the fact, an example, for instance, Tanana Chiefs requires their cash aid customers to put away 3% of their cash assistance per month into a savings account. That savings account can only be used if they have a successful outcome from the programs. That is, if they get a job or go to higher education and get a job, then they can gather that savings and use for whatever they want to use it for. If they have a negative outcome of the program, that money goes back to the program. So on the one hand, it's a motivator to have people really participate, but on the other hand, it's really teaching the entire community the concept of savings and how
That's
you
so
could save
important.
$30 a month, and all of a sudden it accumulates. So
we
that's
do a
one
lot of-
idea, one small idea. It's not a model program per se, but it's a